You know, it just amazes me every time they bring up transgender student athletes on the news. They never even address the aspect of their, like I said before, and I'll say it again. The only thing that bothers me about it is the student part, because the student part implies that you're talking about children, you're talking about adolescents. Now, if you were talking about adults, they wouldn't give a shit. I don't think a parent is being the least bit too strict, too stringent with a rule of thumb, too authoritarian or fascist, and simply tell their kid, can you wait till you're an adult until you make a life-altering decision like gender reassignment? And could you think of a more life-altering decision than gender reassignment? I mean, come on, if they're not old enough to go to house parties unchaperoned, if they're not old enough to get the piercings and the tattoos that they want, if they're not old enough to drink or drive yet, if they're not old enough to vote yet, if they're not old enough to join the military, what makes you think they're old enough for gender reassignment? And yes, you can be supportive and still apply common sense. I don't think a parent is being the least bit too strict, too stringent with a rule of thumb, too authoritarian or fascist, and simply telling their kid, can you wait till you're an adult before you make a life-altering decision like gender reassignment? And could you think of a more life-altering decision than gender reassignment? And don't pretend for a minute what I'm proposing is controversial, because most states make them wait until they're adults before they can even consider gender reassignment. So how is what I'm saying controversial? But you get my point. And unlike doofus or President Donald Trump, I am not proposing to deny people their health care benefits. I'm just saying, what's wrong with a parent saying, telling their kids, can you wait till you're an adult before you decide to make a life-altering decision like gender reassignment? Yes, you can be supportive and still apply common sense. Because after all, they're children. They're not Shetland adults. They're children. There are plenty of things that children are just not mature enough for yet, both emotionally and mentally. And yes, I'm talking about adolescence. Because like I said, every time, hush for a minute. Every time they bring up the topic of transgender student athletes, it's the student part that bothers me. Because the student part implies you're talking about children. If you're talking about adults, I wouldn't give a shit. What is? If you get my point.